Hey, this is Travis from Fathers with PTSD. Talking about new ways to reinventing yourself, a new you. I'm Travis from Fathers with PTSD, as I said again. This is a non-profit platform here to empower fathers through education, inspiration, and motivation and consistency to eliminate post-traumatic stress disorder in the most healthiest way. A lot of us procrastinate a lot, which I can talk about because I'm one who used to procrastinate a lot. And sometimes still have ways of procrastination in me. And it's a sign of fear, actually. It's a sign of fear that you're not confident in what you're going to do. So you procrastinate. That's what you do. You're going to procrastinate. And it's a sign of fear. So what we have to do is to reinvent ourselves, to make ourselves a better person. We have to develop that confidence in ourselves. We have to develop confidence in ourselves. You have to. We have to motivate ourselves. We have to be our own cheerleader, our own fan. But with that, we have to break our own self down to know what right and wrong that we're doing, how we can better ourselves. We have to be our worst critic, ourselves. You have to be our worst critic. Before you can better yourself, you have to be your worst critic to yourself. You have to admit to yourself what you don't like, what is wrong about yourself, things that you could have better about yourself, and things that you're procrastinating on about yourself. I know these things. Once you as a man are in your late 30s or early 40s, and you don't have the things that you think society tells you should have, it sends you into depression mode. Makes you very depressed. Makes you angry. Makes you feel like you've been dealt the wrong card. And you're okay to feel that way, but you have to change that so you're not stuck in that same position. Because believe me, being 30 and broke will really make you want to not be here. It'll really drive you crazy. And for a person like me who got married at a young age, like 18 years old in the military, I really didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. However, I felt like at that time getting married was a great thing because my significant other was pregnant. And I was told it was too young, not mature enough. But I thought I was doing the right thing. You know what I mean? When you think you're doing the right thing. But me being a young man and thinking I'm doing the right thing, I caused myself trauma and that woman trauma. And possibly my kid trauma. By being something I wasn't ready for. No matter what you do in life, there's always a time that you can reinvent yourself to make yourself a better person. To make yourself a better man, a better human. Ways that made myself a better person is by admitting to myself what I'm wrong at, what I have faults at, what's my weakness. I had to admit all this stuff to myself, and still I'm finding out some stuff that's weak about me. I usually don't like to even dress good, you know? But I have to change that myself, because I notice like once you change and you have that perception of dressing in a certain manner, you're going to fathom certain type of people towards you. You know? If you're dressing nice and you look in shape, you're going to get the conversation of better people. Vice versa, you looking like a bummy person. % of the world deal with mental health issues every day. Nothing new under the sun. 90% of us deal with mental health. But maybe only 10 to 15% actually get help for it and try to treat it. Especially men. That's what we're talking to. And if you don't know, again, I'm Travis from Fathers with PTSD. Here to encourage, empower, educate, and inspire men to better themselves mentally. And one way of doing that is a new you. Reinventing yourself mentally strong. Doing things to better yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually. Making yourself worthy to yourself. Being valuable to yourself. Having that confidence for yourself that make other people want to grasp to you in a positive way. Even if you're on top of your game and to yourself you think you don't have any flaws, there's always going to be somebody that finds flaws in you. And that's where the confidence comes in. Because if you're confident in you, no one gives a damn or fuck. No one can conquer you mentally. Once you're mentally strong and confident in yourself, that is. Once you can build you mentally strong, physically strong, you begin to attract what you are, the image of you, the spirit of you. Don't want to exercise, don't want to work, you got no money, fat, you don't try to keep up with your appearance like that. Then you're going to attract somebody that's bummy, don't give a damn about their appearance, trash, because that's what you put out there. I think the problem is with a lot of us men is that we complain about the ladies we attract or we go after, but it's us going after us, you versus you, me versus me. Because if you have a lady to you that's not good for you beneficially, mentally, spiritually, sexually, you went after that lady. 90% of the time, the man went after the lady. However, it's the lady, if there's a person that comes after you, those are the person that you want to deal with. You only want to deal with the person that comes after you, who wants to tolerate you, who likes you. And a lot of men keep making that mistake. Because we call ourselves hunters. Yeah, for some part. But what you don't understand is, what you go after can't hurt you mentally or kill you mentally. Stress kills, brother. Excuse me. Stress kills. Depression kills. Anxiety kills. Go off and do some irrational shit because you're stressed and depressed. Not paying attention because you're stressed or depressed and wreck a car. Kill yourself, kill somebody else. Working on a power line or something, or a job, and you don't pay attention because you're stressed and depressed, and you make the wrong move and blow something up. When I was in the Marine Corps, there was always be like a lot of guys that were stressed and depressed when we was overseas in Iraq. And oh yeah, I was a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I watch a lot of guys attempt to kill themselves because of stress and depression. Being in war at a young age and not really necessarily know what the fuck we over there fighting for. Or why we getting blown the fuck up. And then your loved one is calling you, telling you that she's fucking other guys. Not me personally, but I've seen it, experienced it. And you gotta stay up for suicide watch. Because you got a young Marine or soldier that's already in a chaotic atmosphere of war, shooting, getting shot at, IEDs, improvised explosive devices, getting blown up at, being uncomfortable in a foreign area, and they already got their woman, significant other, girlfriend in the background, back at homeland, giving them cheeks to Jody. That's a lot of depression. That caused a lot of depression on men. I've seen it. And I'm not saying like men don't do fucked up things. I never said that. I'm just speaking for men because most men don't deal with mental health correctly. From the outside looking in, men deal with mental health the worst. Factual. So if I'm going to chastise and ridicule someone, it's going to be a man because I'm a man. And I'd rather be corrected by a man that possibly suffer or went through the same things or have gone or is going to go through the same things I've gone through. To reinvent yourself, to make yourself a better you, you have to take yourself to different changes. Prime example, if you're a good guy, a really good guy, you never did really anything in your life and you don't really know what the dark side of the world is, a dark side of dating, dark side of being in a relationship, dark side of, one night stands, stuff like that. If you never, made yourself accustomed to that, never been a part of that, it's really going to be hard for you to understand and grasp what the fuck is really going on out here. And usually guys like you get caught up in that trance of bullshit and get traumatized by the significant other. Mentally drained. Mentally fucked up. Take you out your whole fucking character. Oh yeah, you can get post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, from way more other things than going to war. Don't let them trick you to think that you only can get post-traumatic stress disorder, from going to war. Hell no. No hell. You can get post-traumatic stress disorder from any damn thing. You can get it from a car accident, infidelity, birth defects, death in the family, losing your job, losing your financial capability, losing a family member, if I didn't say that, being in the military, not being able to structuralize your life the way you want to, going to jail, going to prison, being abused. All those are things that can cause you post-stress that you can have in your past, and that something can rekindle or trigger to have you go to a post-traumatic stress disorder moment. And a lot of people are embarrassed of it. I'm just being for real. A lot of people are embarrassed of it. I remember I got ridiculed for not being embarrassed. I was like, yeah, I have PTSD. I've been paranoid, man. Been paranoid. I went through a lot of shit. As a young man, as a young husband, as a young father, and as a young kid in the South with a broken home. So that's why I chose to come up with Fathers with PTSD. This is a non-profit platform that I created about 2.5 years ago because I got tired of sitting back and always be depressed and up at night to better myself. And I figured certain ways out to better myself and not stress. So I figured I'll share that with a lot of men out there who deal with this shit like every day. Who goes through depression, who goes through anxiety, who gets called a narcissist, who gets called controlling, who said he hinders his significant other. And really most of the time he don't even know what the fuck that stuff is. Because he's mostly lost in translation, trying to work his job and take care of the house. And yes, most ladies today are financially better positioned than most men. Because y'all mostly have the college degrees and stuff. For the most part. But ladies, if you have a significant other, man, uncle, father, brother, cousin, male figure, talk to him. Point them to the direction of Fathers with PTSD. Point them to someone that can talk to them. Point them to someone that's going to put up positive messages to encourage him. Or you can be his encouragement. But don't down him, my sisters. If your man suffered with a post-traumatic stress disorder or some kind of depression, and he's making an effort, he's trying and keeping the family together, don't break his back. Try not to. And I know a lot of you ladies have needs and wants. But I'd rather you walk away from that man than you break him down more. Because you're going to break him down more and put him in a flight or fight mood. Which meaning he want to leave your ass or beat your ass. And I understand a lot of people don't understand that. Because a lot of people really don't understand themselves. A lot of people right now don't even know that what certain shit that triggers them. They're not even confident with how they growed up. And I'm one of them. I wasn't confident with a lot of stuff as a young man. But I had to make myself confident. I had to reinvent myself to make myself who I am. And I'm still working on a lot of things. But I set goals, short-term goals, so I can accomplish them. I write things down so I don't forget it. I'm making my deal to stay consistent. If I can't stay consistent to anything, I'm staying consistent to myself. Because I know self-preservation. 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 If I cannot get myself on my square and cannot upbring myself, uplift myself, motivate myself, dedicate positive energy to myself, self-love myself, how the fuck can I help you? How can I help my kids? How can I help my woman, my wife, my girlfriend? I can't. I'm just dick. Toxic dick. At that. Every day as a man, you should wake up to strive to be better than you was yesterday. Mentally stronger than you was today. Physically stronger than you was the day prior. Take control of your mental health. Take back your mental health. Strengthen your mental health. Until next time, I want y'all to think about it. Reinventing yourself, making yourself a better you, learning yourself, taking time to spend time with you, advocating for yourself, knowing what limits you have, taking yourself to the limits to make yourself stronger, mentally, physically. Can you do that for me? Again, I'm Travis with Fathers with PTSD. This is a non-profit platform. You can catch me on TikTok, Fathers with PTSD, Instagram, Fathers with _PTSD, and of course, Facebook.